Good day, folks. This is Chris Teron again from TradeTaxPlus. This is the second video. One of the questions we've been getting consistently over the last month, and I guess it's that time of the year, asking if we have situations where fundraising activities are performed for certain organizations. It could be golf days, it could be all sorts of functions, but it's normally aimed at raising funds for a specific function within an organization. And it could be association, not for gain, it could be a welfare organization, it could just be a normal golf day hosted by a company. But the question always is, may we claim input tax on the costs and must we account for output tax on the tickets that we sell? Now, if we look at the golf day or any gala dinners, those sort of events of that nature, all of that essentially is entertainment. We can't get past that. Now, what the VAT Act says is, if we can't claim input tax in respect of something, you also don't have to account for output tax. That is the basic rule. Then when it comes to entertainment, it says if you haven't claimed, which seems to indicate that you have an option to claim or not, that you haven't claimed input tax deduction, you don't output tax, you have account for output tax, but the value of output tax is deemed to be null, which makes it quite interesting, which means that activity is still a taxable activity within the nature of that organization or the activities of that organization, but it is the value of the supply is just deemed to be null. The benefit of that, of course, is very simple, that you won't infringe on your, to put it mildly, on your apportionment percentage. So nothing goes into non-taxable activities. So that's the basic rules, but to get in and out of enterprise or entertainment is the big challenge within applying the sections or with applying these sections. So if we look at entertainment, it says if you have an enterprise that continue and regularly supplies entertainment, then at least you charge market value, but you will charge market value if you have a golf day. So that will be willing people, normally paying willing prices. So that shouldn't be an issue, that's market value. Normally for those days you pay 10 times what it's worth in any event. So it will definitely be market value. And you must recover all your costs at least, and you will recover your costs because these are fundraising activities. Not a big issue. The big issue is, are you conducting those activities regularly and continuously? And if I have an annual golf day, is that regular and continuous? That's open to debate. What it seems to be, in terms of these once-off activities, it seems to what the VAT Act allows you is to make a choice. Do you want the input tax to be not claimed? In other words, you decide not to claim the input tax. And if you make that choice, because you are uncertain about all these other things, whether you should or shouldn't, the moment you make that choice, you then go into the section that says, having made that choice, you don't claim input tax and you don't have to account, or you account for output tax, but the value of that output tax is deemed to be null. Now, clearly, in a normal rent organization, for like a restaurant or something like that, you can't abuse the situation saying that everything I don't make money on, I'm going to choose to claim input tax and then account for lesser output tax, and everything like the booze where I make lots of money, I choose not to claim input tax and then I don't charge VAT. Don't think that's what the section was about. I think the section is about dealing with situations where you have uncertainty whether you are in the industry of entertainment. And then it's section, for those that's interested, section 1022 of the VAT Act says if you have not claimed input tax on entertainment, then you don't account, or you account for output tax, but the value is deemed to be null. And that will sort out a lot of the challenges that associations, not for gain, and welfare organizations are struggling with. Should be charging VAT on all these activities that we conduct. So that's just some real food for thought. What exactly the VAT legislator had in mind when they created those two activities. On the one side where you can't claim it and it is deemed to be not taxable. The other side where you can claim it but you've decided not to claim it, then the value is deemed to be null. What exactly the legislator had in mind, I'm not sure, but it certainly assists with situations where you have the once-off golf days or the annual golf days to basically make a choice. Do I want to claim input tax? If I want to, then you have to argue regular and continuous, and then there's output tax. But if you do not claim input tax, and you opt not to claim input tax because you don't regard this as regular and continuous, then the amount that you charge to your participants do not account for VAT. So I hope that was something to think about. Again, provide us with your inputs, your views. The more views we have on things, the more we have a wealth of people thinking about, a wealth of knowledge, people thinking about things and combining best brains. That's what we need. Okay, again, this is Chris Etteron checking out for TradeTaxPlus, Center of Excellence.